Scott Field, located in Starkville, Mississippi, the battleground for this college football showdown. Clear skies and just beautiful weather here for tonight's game between the Miami Hurricanes and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And here come the Bulldogs. Welcome, everybody. Brad Nessler here for EA Sports with my co-host Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso. We hope you're ready for an action-packed game of NCAA football. The Bulldogs may be overmatched and could have an ugly game on their hands. Any thoughts, Kirk?
There's no question about it. This one's going to be pretty ugly. Mississippi State has spent all week trying to figure out how they're going to slow this running back down. Well, Lee, in my opinion, they could have spent all year. It still won't matter. He's going to have a big day and a big win.
Kirk, I agree with you 100%. Mississippi State is not going to be able to slow down this rushing attack, and I'm going to tell you why. That defensive line is going to get dominated up front, Kirk, and they're going to lose this one big.
Well, thanks, guys, and it looks like we're ready for the coin toss. Miami has the ball teed up, and we're ready for kickoff. Kicks it off. Number 27 fields it at the 2. The ball came free. Number 84 with a recovery. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 11-yard line. Number 32 lines up in the deep back, I formation. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. The halfback runs for 4 yards. Number 32 is the deep back as they line up in the I. He drops back. Here comes the pressure. Looks. Steps up. Looks to the end zone. And they couldn't hook up on that one. A little too much juice on that one.
This quarterback sometimes gets a little bit too excited back there and tries to put too much on it. He's got to relax and just make a good throw.
Miami sets up in the I. Jackson options out. He spins. He's in. Got away. Touchdown, Miami. And that was a nice touchdown run by the fullback. And he tacks on the extra point. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and our score, Miami 7, Mississippi State 0. Number 33 looks ready to kick this one off. Number 27 and number 12 back ready to return. We should have a return on this one. Number 12 takes it from the 6. They had nothing going for him on that kick return.
Oh, you're right, my friend. And that's because of excellent kickoff coverage.
They'll start this drive at the 17. The Bulldogs go with the I formation. Drops back to pass. He steps up. He gets rid of it. And it's caught. And down he goes at the 17-yard line. Nothing going on that one.
No gain on the play.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 17. They line up in the old Maryland I formation. Moss with a takedown at the 19-yard line. A 2-yard run by the halfback. Third and 8. Ball on their own 19. The Hurricanes line up in a nickel back. And he's taken down. A nice run there, and another first down.
And this is a delayed handoff to the tailback, and as you can see, he knows exactly how to handle it once he gets his hands on the ball.
Also, Kirk, you got to give the offensive coordinator a lot of credit. A nice call there.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 33. From the gun, they'll throw on first down. Complete, and down he goes at the 36. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
2nd and 7. This is the 5th play of this drive. Mississippi State comes to the line with 3 wide. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, and they try to set up a screen. Bounces off the would-be tackler. So they pick up a few with a pass play, Coach.
Yeah, it was. I like plays like these. As long as you're moving forward and not backward, you're doing pretty good.
The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. The Bulldogs come to the line with their jumbo package. Davidson with the give. And he's taken down. They don't pick up the first on that play.
Brad, that defense is saying, not so fast, my friend. You're not going to run that ball that easy.
They come out in a punt formation.
Number 2, back to return.
Number 43 punts it, and it's a good one. Number 2 fields it at the 11.
He almost broke it there.
Like you said, Coach, one more block, and that could have been 6.
They'll take over at the 31. Miami comes out with an I formation. The counter. They'll wrestle him down in the backfield.
Well, these guys fast or what? Good job of penetrating and getting to the ball carrier here.
Second and 12 coming up here. Ball on the 29-yard line. Jackson lines up in the shotgun. He drops back. He goes downtown. And that one's fallen incomplete. He needed a little more touch on his throw.
He's got to take a deep breath, relax, and just play a little pitch and catch out there. Don't be anxious, kid.
Third down and 12. Ball on their own 29. Number 32 lines up in the deep back. I formation. Drops back to pass. And he's going to lose yards on this one. That was a nice stretch for the D there.
Yeah, they really cranked it up a notch on that series.
It's 4th down, and the punt team lines up. Number 39 gets it off. The offense comes back on the field, hoping to build off their last drive.
It's all about execution, my friends. We saw them move the football, but they were unable to move it when it mattered most.
And Lee, I think you have to give credit to this defense. They tightened up when they had to, and they're going to look to do the same here.
They'll get the ball here at the 33-yard line. Mississippi State in a 4-wide set. And down he goes. He picks up a yard on the play.
On the run, 1-yard gain on the play.
It's 2nd down and 9 to go. Ball on the 34. Davidson with 3 wide receivers. Back to pass. Steps up. Once and all. Going deep. And he's got it. And he's all the way down to the 25. The wideout comes up with a spectacular play.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach, I put a big circle around that play so I can remember to call that one again. Good call.
1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. The Hurricanes bring in the nickel package. On the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. That'll be a 7-yard pickup.
7-yard gain on the play.
Second and 3 coming up. Ball on the 18-yard line. Mississippi State sets up in the I. And down he goes at the 18. Not much for the runner as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 3 to go. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score, Miami 7, Mississippi State nothing. We've got 3rd and 3 here. This is the 5th play of this drive. Mississippi State comes out with an I formation. On the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. Well, they tried to keep it on the ground for the 1st down.
You know, Brad, here the defense just steps up and makes a play, stopping them and bringing up 4th down.
They'll line it up for the field goal. He gets it up. And it's right down the middle. Number 45 is lined up to kick this one off. Here's the kick. Number 34 fields it in the end zone.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
Did they have the ball before?
Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap it.
They'll set up shop at the 17.
At the 17-yard line. 1st and 10.
Miami comes out in the shotgun. Jackson on the option. He's into the open field. And down he goes at the 30-yard line. And they were lucky that one didn't go for more.
No question, and they were not ready for that option play. They had guys running everywhere except to the ball.
Lee, you're right. They look like they've never defended the option before. The tailback had a ton of running room there.
First and 10. Ball on the 30. The Canes come out in a 2 tight end set. He drops back. He steps up. He zips it out. He got it. And he's all the way down to the 33-yard line. How about your assessment of that long play, Kirk?
Well, Brad, not only a big pass play, but anytime you can stretch a defense on first or second down like this, you're going to open up your running game.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 33. I formation here. Jackson with a nice play fake. Touchdown, Miami. He's on a different level than everybody else, Coach.
And he sure is, my friend. This kid is a real deep threat. He can stretch the defense and cause a lot of problems for the secondary.
And he hits the PAT. So with just under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, the score, Miami 14, Mississippi State 3. Miami to kick.
Number 27 back deep to return.
Kicks it off. Number 12 fields at the goal line. Didn't get much of a return there.
Oh, that was a fine job right there by the coverage team. They stayed in their lanes, and they took good pursuit angles.
They'll start this drive at the 16-yard line. Pro formation here. Handoff up the middle. And he's taken down. Couldn't get anything out of that.
No gain on the play.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 16. Davidson comes to the line with 3 wide. Davidson drops back with the throw. And it's caught. And down he goes. And they were stopped for a minimal gain on the play.
That was a sensational effort by the defense. They were all over that pass.
Third down and 7. Ball on their own 19. They come out with 4 wide out. Drops back to pass. Over the middle. And he's taken down. Oh, my, that long gain gives them a first down, Coach.
A first down and a nice pass play. Knowing you can convert on 3rd and long will open up your offense a little bit more on 1st and 2nd. Let's see what they do from here.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 28. Mississippi State lines up with a split backfield. Another run. And down he goes. That'll be a pickup of a yard.
1 yard gain on the play.
Second and 9. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. They'll use a 4-4 defense here. They go with the run. Lost the ball. Fumble. Well, they avoided the turnover right there.
Yikes, that was a close one. A good thing that kid was paying attention and fell on the football.
The offense faces another 3rd down as they line it up. Mississippi State comes out with an I formation. Davidson back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Complete. And he's taken down. Nice catch, but that's not going to move the chains.
5-yard gain on the play.
The Hurricanes call for a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. And the punt team will come out. It's 4th down. Number 43 punts it, and it's a good one. Number 2 takes it at the 20. The offense with a lot of success through the air on that last drive as they moved it down the field for the touchdown. They'll take over at the 39-yard line.
39-yard line. 1st and 10.
Mississippi State puts 6 DBs on the field to counter this 5-receiver look. Jackson drops back on 1st down. And it's caught. And down he goes. They pick up solid yardage there.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. The wideout was able to find a little open space in the defense, and the quarterback was able to get him the ball for a good pickup.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 49. Miami comes to the line, only 1 man in the backfield. Steps up, deep pass down the right side. And got him! And it pays off. Touchdown. They went for the home run, and the wideout came through with a big-time play.
Great call here by the offensive coordinator. He knew that he had a chance to get the matchup that he wanted, and they exploited it for a touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. So with just over a minute to go in the half, the score, Miami 21, Mississippi State 3. Miami lines up for the kickoff.
Number 27 back to return.
Kicks it off. Number 12 fields it at the 2. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the coach gave his offense quite a speech before he sent them out there.
And let's not forget, they had some things clicking the last time out. He's probably just reminding them to finish the job this time.
They'll get the ball here at the 20.
20-yard line.
Number 27 is the deep back as they line up in the I, and they got him for a loss. Mississippi State calls a timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball on the 19. 3 wideouts here. They snap it to the back. And he's taken down at the 28. And they pick up 9 there.
5-yard gain on the play.
We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. The Bulldogs go with the I formation. Davidson will throw for it. He steps up, throws this one out to the left. Oh, boy, almost intercepted. That'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, and let me say one thing. This defense was up to the task that time in shutting down the pass play.
Yeah, they shut it down, and they got the 3 and out they were looking for.
They come out in a punt formation. He gets it away.
Back deep to return.
Number 2 fields at the 29. He made some nice moves on that return.
Yeah, but too many, Brad. Boy, he'd love to have another chance at that one. The field is wide open for a score.
They'll go to work at the 42-yard line. Mississippi State comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. Back to pass. Throws this one out to the left. Oh, he had the pick and he dropped it. The defense really missed a golden opportunity there.
That's what separates a good player from a great player. When you have a chance like that, you need to take advantage of it.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 42. They line up in a double tight set. Jackson drops to throw. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. The linebacker on the blitz picks up the sack. Miami takes a timeout, and now they've only got 1 remaining. Third down and long coming up here. Ball on the 36-yard line. They'll work from the shotgun. He drops back. Across the middle. He can scoot. Inside the 30. To the 10. He's all the way. Touchdown. And he just went over 100 yards this half with that last catch.
This receiver's catching everything thrown his way.
When a quarterback and receiver get it going early in the game, watch out, defense. You could be in for a long day.
And he hits the PAT. Down to just a few seconds left here before the half. And our score, Miami 28, Mississippi State 3. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Number 12, back deep to return.
And they'll be returning this one. Number 12 fields at the goal line. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive.
On the return.
They'll start this drive at the 24.
1st and 10.
The Bulldogs line up in a goal line formation. And down he goes. The Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. That was their 2nd timeout. 2nd and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 32-yard line. The Bulldogs set up in the gun. Davidson drops back to pass. Got it to his receiver. And he's taken down. The offense calls a timeout. And that was their last timeout. 1st and 10. Ball on the 47. And we'll probably see how far he can throw it, as it should be the last play before the half. And they bring him down for a sack on the play. After 1 half of play, this one is not even close. Our score, Miami 28, Mississippi State 3. Here's the call from the referee.
Dead ball. Delay of game. On the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Mississippi State will be kicking off to start the second half. Kicks it off. Number 3 takes it from the 6. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll set up shop at the 26-yard line. Miami lines up in a shotgun set. Drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Across the middle. Got his man. And down he goes at the 38-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. I formation here. Jackson on the option left side. He's into the open field. At the 40. Inside the 30. He's all the way down to the 10-yard line. Oh, that was one beauty of an option by that quarterback.
No question. There was no hesitation whatsoever. Once he saw that hole, he turned it upfield and left everybody in the dust.
Well, almost everybody.
Oh, let's see that one again.
Brad, great speed here by the quarterback. When you talk about running the option to perfection, this is exactly what you mean.
Number 32 lines up in the deep back, I formation. And that was a good defensive play.
Yeah, guys, this is because he's in great position to make the play.
Miami lines up in a double tight set. Jackson set to go to the air. Steps up, and they got it. They came with a blitz that time, guys.
Yes, they did, and let me tell you, when you got guys coming at you like this, it's hard to stay composed in the pocket. He's lucky that wasn't a turnover.
The defense outnumbered the offensive line. They got good pressure. Let's give credit to that linebacker for coming up with the big sack.
Mississippi State puts 6 DBs on the field to counter this 5-receiver look. Jackson back to throw. And he went way up, and he got the interception. So the defense makes a great play in the end zone and comes away with a pick.
And that, my friends, is how you play defense. You make the quarterback think he's got 6, then you step in front of the ball and just take it away from him.
They'll get the ball here at the 20-yard line.
First and 10.
Mississippi State sets up in the I. They'll throw on first down. He steps up. And he got it! He's all the way down to the 40-yard line. That last catch puts him over the century mark in yards.
I'd say that's a pretty good day's work, wouldn't you guys?
Absolutely, Coach.
First and 10. Ball on the 40. They line up with split backs. Little handoff. And he's taken down at the 37. The fullback picks up about 3 yards on that carry. Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 37. They line up in the old Maryland I formation. Here's a counter play. And down he goes. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
Gain of 2 on the play.
It's third down and 5 to go. Ball on the 35-yard line. Number 27 lines up as a single back. Davidson back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Almost intercepted. And they do a good job at swatting that one away.
You're right, Brad. Excellent awareness by the defender to know where the football is and get his hand on it.
4th and 5. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Number 45 lines up for a long field goal, and I'm not sure he's got the power to make this one. And he hooked it left. They'll take over at the 35.
1st and 10.
The Bulldogs line up with 6 defensive backs. He drops back, throws this one out to the right, and it's incomplete. He just let his wide out a little too much that time. Second and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line. The Hurricanes come out in the shotgun. Back to pass. Steps up. He's looking. In and out of his hand. It's third down and 10. Ball on their own 35. Mississippi State lines up in a dime defense here. Jackson drops the throw. He's looking for his man. Complete. And he's all the way down to the 34. Oh, my. What do you think of that one, Kirk?
Boy, I'll tell you what. The quarterback delivered a perfect pass on that play and gave them more than enough for the first down.
1st and 10. Ball on the 34. Number 32 is the single setback. Jackson drops back on first down. He's under some heat. His receiver has it. That one worked pretty well.
Yeah, it's a good job here by the wide receiver to get open. He created good separation from the defense.
It's 1st and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive. Number 32 is the deep back as they line up in the I. They'll throw on first down. Touchdown, Miami!
Talking to their coach during the week, he felt they would be able to exploit that defense, especially in the secondary. And boy, was that an understatement. That's the 4th time they beat them in the air for a touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. And just over 2 minutes left here in the third. The score is Miami 35, Mississippi State 3. Miami ready to kick this one off.
Number 27 back to return.
Decent kick, looks to be returnable. Number 12 fields it at the 2. A missed field goal was the result of the last drive. We'll have to see if they can come through with something this possession. They'll start this drive at the 20. Number 27 lines up in the deep back, I formation. Davidson drops back on first down. He's looking down the middle, finds his receiver, and he's taken down at the 35-yard line. The defense looked a little lost on that one, Kirk.
Yeah, they did, Brad. Nice recognition here by the quarterback to see that confusion and then take advantage of it.
First and 10. Ball on the 35. The Canes bring in their dime package. Drops back. He's going left. Found his man. Still dragging guys. To the 10. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Had some trouble defending that one, Coach.
Hey, this is just a great play by the offense, Brad. Watch that delivery. It doesn't get much better than that.
And he hits the PAT. So with less than 2 to go in the third quarter, our score, Miami 35, Mississippi State 10. Number 45, ready to kick. Number 34 and number 3, deep to return. We should have a return on this one. Number 34 fields it at the 2. Thanks to some nice passing on the last drive, the offense was able to take it down the field for 6.
And great play calling to help make that an easy drive. The question is, can they do it again?
They'll set up shop at the 20. Miami comes to the line with 3 wide. Jackson to the air on first down. And they try to set up a screen. And down he goes at the 36. Not a bad pickup that time.
Yeah, let me tell you the reason why this play worked. The defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and he made them pay right there.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 36. Miami sets up in the I. Drops back to pass. He's going to go for the home run. Oh, boy, almost intercepted. They're really fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback. He had no shot at completing it.
Yeah, but that defender had a perfect shot at it. He just didn't catch it.
So it's second and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line. Number 32 is the single setback. Jackson steps back to pass. He steps up. And it's caught. He's knocked out of bounds. That was a good completion there.
Yeah, I really liked the good, clean routes they ran on that play.
Third and 6. Ball on their own 40. Number 32 is the deep back as they line up in the I. Steps up in the pocket.
Let me say this right away. That pass just put the quarterback over 300 yards passing. Sweet.
It's first and 10. Ball right around midfield. Miami comes out with an I formation. Steps up. Finds his receiver. Knocked out of bounds at the 16. The receiver found a hole in the zone and turned it into a first down.
No matter what type of defensive coverage you have, there are always going to be holes. The best thing you can do is make those holes small so the quarterback can't get the ball in there.
First and 10. Ball on the 16. The Canes line up in an I formation. Jackson back to throw. He steps up, throws this one out to the right. Almost intercepted. That was a dangerous throw.
Oh, not a very good decision. He's got to either throw this one away or take a sack. You don't want to go back to the sideline and have a discussion with the old ball coach if that had been an interception.
So it's 2nd and 10, and this is the 7th play of the current drive. I formation here. He drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Throws this one out to the left. He's hit and got away. Touchdown, Hurricane. After that catch, he's just gone over 200 yards receiving, guys.
If I was coaching, I'd throw the ball to the kid every other play. You got to keep the ball in this guy's hands.
And he tacks on the extra point. Less than a minute remains in the 3rd quarter with the score, Miami 42, Mississippi State 10. Number 33 is lined up to kick this one off. Number 12 and number 27 back to return. Kicks it off. Number 12 fields it at the 1.
That's a good job by the coverage team there, staying in their lanes and not allowing the returner to break free.
They'll go to work at the 16-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Bulldogs go with the I formation. They keep it on the ground with a tailback. At the point, across midfield, at the point, down the sideline. What do you have for us, Coach?
I got rushing yards, 100 of them. That's what this player's done so far today.
You know, Coach, that's not too bad, is it?
You betcha. He's not done yet.
1st and 10. Ball on the 16. They line up in an I. Davidson gives it up the middle. They'll wrestle him down in the backfield. How about that defensive stop?
That's a great effort by the defensive line there. Anytime you can get into the backfield and disrupt the timing of a run like this, you're going to come up with a big stop.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 16-yard line. Number 27 lines up in a deep back, I formation. Back to pass. Steps up. Wants to throw outside. Coach, he made a nice defensive play there.
He sure did. He just stuck his hand out and hit the football.
Third and 10. Ball on the 16. Davidson with 3 wide receivers. Davidson back to pass. Oh, he had the pick and he dropped it. Nice job getting a hand on that one.
Yeah, really good heads-up play there to get a hand on the football by the defense.
They'll call on the field goal unit here. The kick is up. And it's right down the middle. Mississippi State is ready to kick it away.
Number 34, back deep to return.
Kicks it off. Number 3 fields it in the end zone. Spin move. Now we see the offense come onto the field.
And you know who's trembling right now? That defensive secondary.
The secondary should be trembling after all the yards that they gave up that last time.
They'll get the ball here at the 23-yard line.
First and 10.
Miami goes with the ace set here. They'll throw on first down. He steps up. He's going right. Complete. He's knocked out of bounds. Nice little catch there, huh, Coach?
Yeah, that was a good call. I like that call. I like short passes. They're safe and can lead to some really good yardage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on their own 27. The Canes line up with 2 tight ends. Drops back to pass. Under heavy pressure. And he dropped it. Third and 6. Ball on the 27. Mississippi State comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. So the defense gets him to go 3 and out.
Good job here defensively forcing this incomplete pass.
Fourth and 6. Ball on the 27-yard line.
The special teams coach sends his punt team out on the field.
Back deep to return.
He punts it. Williams fields it at the 30. The defense was able to keep him out of the end zone on their last possession, but the offense did pick up 3. They'll take over at the 43.
At the 43-yard line. First and 10.
The Bulldogs come out showing 3 wide. On the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. He picks up 4 yards on the carry.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 47-yard line. The Bulldogs line up with 3 wide, under pressure, and they get the sack. They came after him hard there.
Yeah, they sure did. And Lee, I think the quarterback felt that pressure coming from every direction.
Kirk, as I've always said, the best way to keep the pressure down and to help the quarterback is to run screens and draws.
Third and 11. Ball on the 42. They'll bring in their dime package. Davidson drops the throw. Steps up in the pocket. There's a fumble. Number 50 recovers a loose ball. Boy, they got lucky on that one.
Now the quarterback has to do a better job of holding on to the football. That could have been costly.
Fourth and long. Ball on the 32-yard line.
It's 4th down, and the punt team lines up.
Number 2, back to return.
Number 43 gets it off. Number 2 fields it at the 27. And that was a nice little punt return there.
Well, Brad, that was a combination of a couple things. Some good blocks, but also the ability to avoid the coverage team by the return man.
They'll start this drive at the 39.
First and 10.
Number 7 is back in the gun. And down he goes. A gain of about 4 yards on the draw.
Gain of 4 on the play.
It's second down and 6 to go. Ball on their own 43. Number 34 is the deep back as they line up in the I. They hand off on the counter. Spinning, and he's taken down. And that was an excellent run there.
Yeah, that was great blocking, Brad, up front by the offensive line to open up that hole.
I got to see that one again. First and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line. The Hurricanes come to the line with their jumbo package. They'll give it off here. And down he goes at the 44-yard line. Gain of a yard by the fullback. Second and 9 coming up here. Ball on the 44-yard line. They line up in an I. Up the middle. And he's taken down at the 37. They get a good 7 yards on that one. It's third down and 2 to go. This is the 5th play of this drive. Miami comes out with an I formation. They'll keep it on the ground again. And down he goes at the 36-yard line. They denied him the first down on that run.
Brad, that's what I call a big-time effort by the defense.
They gotta go for it here. Again with the run. He has some room. The 10, the 5, touchdown! That was a big-time run by a big-time player.
Boy, this running back just made the defense look really bad with that long touchdown run.
And he hits the PAT. So with less than 2 to go in the fourth quarter, the score is Miami 49, Mississippi State 13. Number 33 looks ready to kick this one off. Number 12 and number 6 back deep to return. Number 6 fields it at the 3. Sheds that one. Spins upfield. The offense gets ready to start a new drive as they just couldn't get anything going on their last possession, going 3 and out. They'll set up shop at the 22-yard line.
First and 10.
Mississippi State lines up in a shotgun set, and he's taken down at the 23-yard line. The running back gets a yard, maybe less. It's second down and 9 to go. Ball on the 23. Mississippi State in a 4-wide set. On the ground with the tailback. And down he goes. A 5-yard pickup for the tailback.
5-yard gain on the play.
Here are today's Red Zone players of the game, which is brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. Back to pass. Steps up. Looking. He guns it to the left. Got it. And he's taken down at the 41-yard line. So on third down, they pick up the first and a lot more.
When that kid caught the ball, he wasn't thinking about first down. He was thinking touchdown.
First and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Mississippi State lines up with a split backfield. They'll throw on first down. He steps up, looks, throws, and they've got the screen set up. He spins around. And down he goes. And a nice pickup there.
I'll tell you what, the defense gambled a bit here and came with the blitz, and the quarterback showed tremendous poise by making a good read and delivered a nice ball to the open man.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. It's a done deal here as the final whistle blows. Kirk, what'd you think of this one?
Well, this is no big surprise. I think we all anticipated a severe beating in this one. Mississippi State came out as severe underdogs, and they were absolutely demolished by a much stronger, faster, and experienced football team.
Folks, that's going to do it for this edition of NCAA Football 2004. We hope you'll join us again. Our final score, Miami 49, Mississippi State 13. We hope you enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. So long, everyone.